Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk, the Let's Talk show here on UrbanCast. Tonight's conversation is about more than backpacks and notebooks. It's about civic engagement that's actually in action. When you look at Alexandria, Louisiana, you don't need to dig deep to understand why this work matters. Families are stretched, costs are up, utilities are outrageous, wages haven't caught up. Too many parents are forced to choose between basic needs and school readiness. Instead of waiting on the system to move, people are stepping up. That's what tonight's conversation is about: community-led solutions, accountability, and showing up for our children. I'm joined tonight by Alisha Jackson, Dominique Teasley, Jarvis Fountaine, and Laumyn Hardy, the organizers behind the Back to School Reload. Before we begin, I'd like each one of you guys to introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, what you do, and your connections to Alexandria.
Ladies.
I'm the only lady on here.
Somebody jump in there.
I'm Alisha Jackson. I am a community advocate. Um, I enjoy working and being hands-on with the people. So anything you see me attached to is definitely bringing back resources to people in underserved communities, because that's where I come from.
All right. And I'm Dominique Teasley. I'm a advocate for substance misuse and mental health in our community. And I'm just a community person, and just I'm from here, and just grateful to be a part of this event to try to, like Miss Alicia said, underserved areas. That's about it.
Yeah. Jarvis Fountaine, also from Alexandria, Louisiana. Um, Community advocate for substance misuse, mental health. And just glad to be on your platform, Jack. Appreciate you, brother.
Nah, no problem, brother.
Right. I'm Laumyn Hardy. I'm the owner of Glorious Reflections Incorporated in Alexandria, originally from Baton Rouge, on a collision center here in town. I'm also an active minister with my father's house in Diamond Maid Ministries, and I'm also kind of a quiet advocate in the community, all about giving back and connecting people to the resources they need so they can live a better quality of life overall.
But we're gonna bring you into the limelight tonight, Lauren. Go ahead and get ready for it. Okay, what personally motivated you guys to be a part of this back to school reload?
So this is actually it's crazy how it happened. Jarvis car had a little fender bender. He went to Laumyn, which is somebody he's been connected to for the repairs, and they started building some rapport. Laumyn had this vision because his shop is down third. He had a vision. I'm sure he's gonna tell you about it. And they just got to talking, and it just kind of birthed this idea for us to be a part of it. And it birthed Miss Alisha into it. And the vision comes from Laumyn, so he'll be able to tell you more about the vision and the area of which his shop is in that area. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so Laumyn, when people hear this thing called the back to school drive, they sometimes they underestimate that need. From what you're seeing on the ground, you know, walk us through what that vision was and why this project is necessary right now.
Right. So, we all know when back to school time comes, everybody plays a role in it, but that's not where it ends. A lot of these kids and families that come out to these events at the end of the summertime, they're struggling.
Mhm.
So if they're struggling when school starts, after the holidays, they're still struggling, especially when they just spent their last to make sure their kids had, a happy Christmas.
Mhm.
So with me being in this area, it's a low poverty area. I see a lot of homelessness. I see a lot of people that are addicted, people just with no hope. And I give back on a smaller level, off camera. And like Jarvis was saying, like Dominique was saying, me and Jarvis hooked up and we just started talking about, what do you do to help? This what I do to help. How can we come together to help? And he brought Alisha in, and of course, him and Dominique are already active in the community as well as Alisha. So we just put our heads together and say, look, these are needs that we know people are struggling with. We all are already actively on the ground trying to meet these needs. So let's come together. I have a big location to where we could just come in and pretty much do whatever. So let's just come together, have some good food, some good vibes, some good music, and let's pull as many resources in, as many agencies as we can in, and let's educate the people about what they may not know that's right here, under their feet. The help that they need is right here, but they have no voice to connect them to those resources. So the vision is simple. The vision is fellowshipping and connecting with the people and connecting those people with the resources so they can, live a better quality of life. It's a real simple vision.
And hear that coming from you, Laumyn, it is refreshing because you are on that business round, and you are recognizing that, and and actively addressing it. You see a lot of businesses that are in this in the space sometimes, but it's good to see us getting active with what we really need to do. How does poverty in the city directly impact? I know you guys have talked about how the kids are, parents just come through Christmas, people spending tons of money, and the kids, most of the times you hear back to school is at the beginning of back to school activities are at the beginning of school. You guys decided to say, hey, we're going to do this thing in the middle of the, at break. And how do you think, how does this poverty in the city directly impact these students before they ever walk back into that classroom? Walk us through what y'all are seeing out there in these actual families that you're dealing with.
Well, for me, I see like a lot of the kids' confidence is low
Mm,
because their parents unfortunately are unable to provide certain resources to them that, for many of them, basic needs are not met. So when you get a chance to go to some of these basketball games, go to some of these football games, and you just really start paying attention to
mhm,
just the clothing or the shoes or hygiene and stuff like that. And so we definitely wanted to do something that just adhered to all of those needs and just to rebuild confidence and character so that at least that will not be a concern or a worry for the parents nor the students returning to school.
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna pick it back off what she said about the confidence. Peabody High School is right around the corner from me. Peabody Montessori is right down the street. And I see a lot of kids all the time in this area. And sometimes the kids, you could just look at them and you can tell that is no hope, and a little bit go a long way. A little bit of hope may be that spark for the rest of their school year. And that might be the only thing that kid needs to make it through that school year is just a little hope. So seeing kids come through, and I mean, you could just look at them. I mean, we are older, so you can look at the younger generation and you can know, man, they struggling. It's a need. They down, they depressed. There's no hope. Especially with all the things that's at their hand. it's bringing them down even more because they're looking at someone in a great position, and all they know is, man, I've been in this rut forever, and nobody has come to even lend a helping hand. And that's where we come in to lend that helping hand.
It's interesting that you guys talked about grades going up and how, coming from these backgrounds impacting those grades. Last night, I had the opportunity to interview Travion Colbert, and he's they're working to move into the NFL, and we got 3 students here in the community. And Travion, as a part of the interview, is so interesting how he said when academically he started hitting them books and making that A honor roll, how his performance went up on the football field. So you can just kind of, if you take that same analogy and bring it right over here to things just as basic as school supplies, going into the school and not even having those supplies, how that's actually uh, impacting these babies while they're while in their classroom. So it's kind of odd that we basically said, I'm gonna have to tell Travion, he was talking some stuff yesterday, the preview to what y'all talking about. But he was serious about the idea how just improving his grades helped his performance on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm repeating myself, but that's something we need to think about. This event goes beyond them supplies. Y'all are offering food, music, games, community resources. Why was it important to take this holistic approach toward this back to school event? And before one of y'all answer that, tell our audience out there what's going to happen. So it's out there in the verbiage, but yeah, just tell us what's going to walk us through that weekend before you answer that question.
Go ahead, Alicia or Laumyn.
Okay. So, of course, you're gonna come in. We're gonna have a lot of vendor tables set up. I think we have about 21 vendors as I'm speaking. Um, but we're gonna have vendor tables. We're gonna have Amera Health out doing pre-screenings and stuff, healthcare screenings. We're gonna have someone out here assisting with doing Medicaid applications. We know with different changes within the government, some people lost their Medicaid and stuff like that. So we definitely want to do something that not only pours into our children to rebuild their character, but also strengthen their families by doing something that'll benefit the adults as well. So we just hitting every marker. I think that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much um, what you'll see at this event is you'll see us being able to bring resources and give access to resources that don't normally come to these areas.
Mm-hmm.
So that is pretty much what it'll be. But it'll be a day of fun. It'll be a day of empowerment. You'll definitely get your belly full if you come out, and just a day of socializing in the community and just bringing that positive feedback back into our area.
Yeah. So a lot of times with although this event is the back to school reload, but Jack, a lot of times at events where we have like health fairs and stuff like that where resources are available, a lot of times those events are um, you know, not in the areas they should be where people can walk on foot and come and realize how many resources we actually have in Alexandria. A lot of times we think we don't have resources, but we have a lot of resources, but people just don't have access to them. So they're gonna have like real life, real live, in that moment resources available where people can connect with them. They hopefully get appointments set, exchange phone numbers and stuff like that to start meeting on those needs because we can give the supplies, but um also we need that part where people could be able to work on not only physical health but that internal, that mental health, that Laumyn's a pastor, that spiritual health, those things that are also missing in our community. We have even the fire department, law enforcement, having those community partners out there, just building those relationships And like I said, where this event is, and it's because it's outside, I think is really needed. It's down third. A lot of times, that part of town kind of, you know, get missed out. The churches have stuff in that
Overlook.
area, but as far as just, health fairs and stuff like that, sometimes, that part of town gets left out, gets forgot about. So I think it's gonna be, that part is gonna be good. And it'll be a day where we connecting with the parents, where we're connecting with the kids, where we just, building that rapport and connection. And other community partners too, just making that connection. So
And Laumyn was very from the get go. He was like he wanted to make sure that like this was a very intimate event. He didn't want it to be just for show. He didn't want it to be just for talk. He wanted to make sure he engaged with the community that he's in, which he's already very active in. So we want to make sure, like in real time, they leave there with something. It's just not going, gathering some brochures, knowing that it's an agency. No, if you need an appointment set, we can set that appointment up right there. If you need transportation, we can set that appointment up right there. We want to make sure people walk off and be impacted by this event in every area.
The idea that you guys are, taking it to where the people are, as opposed to saying, hey, I want to make it even a little bit more difficult and put it,
An extra barrier.
Just another barrier. There you go with that link. You just
Yeah.
put another barrier right into place, and then we wonder why, folk don't show up to the event and different things of that nature. And again, we over here at UrbanCast, we surely are glad to kind of lend a hand in helping y'all get the word out. Okay, Alisha, can you walk us through some of those vendors that are going to be there? I know you kind of talked to, you little bit, but go ahead and call their names out so people can really understand, because what we really want this discussion to be about is if AmeriHealth is going to be there or whomever is going to be there, if any of the agencies are going to be, let's tell us what's going to be there, because again, a lot of people need the help. They think that, some of these things I got to pay for. Some people just don't know. We're in the business of communication because we realized the need for our community was not being met, of getting the message of what the hell was going on in the community. I hope y'all don't offend no one by what I just said, but we don't know what's going on, and so that's why it was really important for us to get out here and build this platform so we could help disseminate what was going on in the community.
that's open.
Okay. Some of the y'all fellas, y'all gonna have to help me
Hey,
out because
I got the list. I got the list.
you got
right
the list
here.
right there. Oh,
I
there we
got
go.
the list.
Jarvis can say today.
So I'll start the list off because there's couples not on there. Office of Public Health, Freedom Therapy with Miss Danielle Bailey. Those two that I didn't see on there, but Office of Public Health, Freedom Therapy with Miss Danielle Bailey.
We got Humana Healthy Horizons, Louisiana Healthcare Connections, AmeriHealth Caritas, United Way of Central Louisiana, the Library, PBC Celebrate Recovery, a first name basis of Alexandria, Opioid Prevention, CLASS, the Louisiana Crisis Hub, Red River Treatment Center, Louisiana Human Service District, the Purpose Closet, the Justice Bus, Extra Mile, CLTCC, APD, Alexandria Fire Department, and some other local vendors also go be there.
And also, I want to include Mr. Frederick Burgess, who
Stop the
I
Violence.
have never even laid eyes on. Somebody gave me his number, and they had like some months ago, and they were like, "Hey, you need to connect with him." And I called him, and he's gonna definitely provide hygiene products for the event. So that's another plus that we'll be able to provide as well.
Okay.
So he's with the Stop the Violence.
Now I know you guys you kind of explained this question right here, but I want you to say it again, or just say it in another way so we can just make sure everybody understand. Why did y'all choose Glorioso Reflections Incorporated as a location, and why?
Why did we choose
Yeah, and why did that?
a location?
And
Well, for me, I'm a community builder. I don't run from where the problem is at. Like I don't run from where you see poverty. That's where I identify and shine the best at. So when Jarvis and I, of course, we were friends, and Dominique and all of us, and then I was doing an informational resource day. I don't know if you remember that. And
Mm-hmm.
Jarvis said, "Hey, Laumyn, come check him out. He got a shop down here, Glorious Reflection." And we just felt like especially when I came and met him, I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely all about the community. Like I literally walked in, and as I was walking in, he was paying for somebody's food. Like the place was calling him because somebody was there hungry, and he was paying for their food. So I was like, yeah, he's definitely the type of person that I want to connect with because he understands that the need is greater in his area. He's looking around and he's paying attention and getting involved. He's not just looking around and standing around. So for me, anytime I get the chance to go into the community, that's what I'm gonna do because I'm all about community building.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a perfect location. It's down Third. It's across from that Winfield Funeral Home, and
Mm-hmm.
it's that gigantic field. He has a
Huge.
gigantic shop. It's in the heart of down Third. I've been doing this community work for about 10 years, and outside of a church or maybe something at the park, I haven't really seen any health fairs or events like that in that area. But I know that area has the need. So I'm just, it just was a perfect location for me. It was a no-brainer. I was just so excited because of that
Yeah.
location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
logistically, you got the Sonia Quarters coming in there, and you got the South Acadian Village to Broadway and that whole area. Straight
West
shots.
Side, downtown. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
also like with Laumyn, man, he one of them people who like with intentions, good intentions, and he always say, man, you can use this area, it's mine. Use this space for something positive. He say also, I'm gonna make this a safe space. So if people want to come and talk, if people want to come, and get together, individually, he just one of them people who said, hey, I have this space. Why not utilize it, for something positive where we can make a good impact. And if you see the space, right? We're gonna have enough space for vendors. We're gonna have enough space for everything. We not gonna be crowded. Everybody gonna be able to have fun, be able to eat. We will have music, and it's just community engagement. Even if you don't connect with a resource, guess what? You can just come socialize, have conversations, and just chill.
Right.
Mhm.
All right. How do you guys how does civic engagement? That's one of the things we over here at UrbanCast is about. And telling the news, but also the civic engagement part. And I'm not talking about politics, but a lot of the things that are impacting these folk. It's because we are not engaged in the civic engagement part of it. We are not paying attention to what's going on at City Hall, the police jury, at the school board, and these things that are happening are impacting us tremendously. Um, and since you see that a lot of these people, that you're going to be servicing, how do you encourage these people, the, this part of the community, to get involved and say, hey, if you don't get involved, you're going to continue to be overlooked. If you get involved and go sit in these rooms, people are going to have to look at you and tell you another thing. It's easy when you're not in that room to make decisions that impact your community for decades and what have you. So how do y'all couple all of this stuff into helping these folk get more involved? Because what I'm seeing in cities like Macon, Georgia, in Birmingham, Alabama, even up in New Orleans, Baton Rouge and New Orleans, you see brakes are being put on the volume of crime. It's you have all of the stuff that's already in the channel, but because these communities are becoming more actively involved, what you see is these historical communities that used to be on the top of these lists, they're not there no more, but we're at the top of the damn list. You understand what I'm saying? So how can you encourage the folk to get civically involved and start saying, hey, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I think that's one of the great parts about having a intimate connection with the people versus just a broad event where we giving a bunch of information and it's going in one ear and out the other. I think having an event like this, pulling agencies in that work a 9 to 5, they may not know anything about Acadian Village and what they got going on because they so wrapped up in their day-to-day tasks, they just don't know. Even for me, I focus so much on the people that I miss connecting with Dominique and Jarvis. Even though I already know them, I know what they do, but my focus was kind of off. So I think as us, as leaders in the community that are already in position and are already, going in that direction, the more we connect with each other, the more we have these events and the more we spread the information and get people educated so they won't be ignorant to what they have available for them. I think that train will start going in the right direction, because like I say, back to school is back to school. Everybody does that, not knocking nobody who do it. I thank God for everyone who do it. But after that, it's like, what about the people? Back to school was a great thing, but they struggling the very next day, the very next week, deaths and overdoses, lights cut off. All of these different things are going on every day. So I believe, as long as we stay together the way that we are, coming
Mhm.
on platforms like this and really putting our foot down and say, hey, enough is enough, because we are good. If I'm assuming that we are good, but our peers aren't, so I think it's up to us to continue to connect and engage and say, let's do what we can do little by little, step by step, and make a change. I think that will get the ball rolling in a different direction.
Mhm.
Yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of some people from some of these communities may not be up to date on what's actually going on. So these intimate events, building these relationships, making sure like not only the youth connecting to mentors, the parents connecting to resources, doing things like this on a regular basis. I believe once we build that relationship with people, we can have those type of conversations, and they'll be able to receive that information of what's really going on, and maybe we can start seeing some different change. So
Mhm.
I think it starts with events just like this,
Yeah.
building off of it.
I was looking at just my news feed. I was just scrolling here recently, and I seen so many of our people in the community doing give back and giving stuff. I mean, it was a lot of them. I know the realtors, Bobby and all. They were doing events. Different churches was doing events, and different community partners were helping out with those events, and tax businesses was doing events and giving away stuff. People in the community. I believe that when all of those people who are doing those events, and we come together, we help each other out when we need it, we support those events, we share the posts, and when we get all that, like Lama say, rolling together with every part of the community, with some part working to make it better, then our community becomes better. A lot of times, as community people, um we do, like, pointed at political a lot, and they do play, their positions play a part. But I think what's even more important and what's more powerful is the people in the community rising up and doing the work in the community, and then we'll get the results that way too. You know what I mean? So, I always applaud everybody and anybody doing stuff in the community. And we got a lot of people doing stuff. And so just getting all them gears rolling together, like we can heal. This community is.
Yeah,
What I was on.
there's certainly hope, Dominique.
Mhm.
I agree with you 100% on that. And in addition to that, when you see, me on the outside looking in and just seeing what everybody doing, if you just start looking at what 318 United, what St. Louis City Stars, what
Mhm.
all of these guys with that are actually helping these young men and young women, developing the character, into these new characters and everything like that. It is refreshing, and for me, being the old kid in the block in this room right now, it was really important is to see your age group taking this responsibility on and saying the hell with whatever's going on in City Hall, in the school board office, and police jury. We're gonna get this stuff done over here by any means necessary. So that's what's really, really, really reflecting. And you're not letting some of the negative stuff that go on get in your way. You know what I mean? So
Right.
and look, and if you do something wrong, all they can do is say, you did that wrong. We'll try to get it right the
Do
next
it better
time.
next
Do it
time.
better.
But you're stepping off and getting it done anyway,
Yeah.
So I applaud you for that. UrbanCast applaud you for that as well.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
And
it.
not to cut y'all off, but one of the bigger things that I've learned just from being in the community is that there's a lot of distrust in the community. Like a lot of people, you can tell them that, hey, if you go down here, they'll help you, blah, blah, blah. And they don't trust it.
Mhm,
So when I
mhm,
think one of the best things about this event, all of us, I believe, are just people that people trust.
mhm,
People that people that come from different circumstances that trust that we're not here to judge you, we're here to help you. And so
mhm,
I think that makes a big difference when you talk about civic engagement, is because they're seeing faces of people that they can trust, and they know that they can trust us, and they know that, hey, we're not here for the just for the camera time. Off camera we'll help. We want to help you. We want to make sure you get the resources that you need to thrive. So I think that's very, very important. It's just continuing to build trust in different communities that may have lost hope and lost faith.
mhm.
Oh, and Jack, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man.
The Lions Club of Alexandria too.
Okay.
The
All
Yeah,
right.
Lions Club of
I
Alexandria
know
too. And
we missing
Walmart.
some
Yeah,
people.
Walmart.
T
Walmart,
and K, T and K
Walmart and
snow cones.
Pineville.
T&K
Yeah,
snow cones too.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wal
also any other businesses that want to contribute things, like we really are welcoming that. Like I see, I don't want to call people names out, but if you have a business, if you're doing community work, like we literally are welcoming you. If we don't give you a
I mean,
direct invite, I promise you it's not because we don't want you to be a part of, or we just like out of sight out of mind sometimes. But we welcome any and every person in the
oh,
community who goal is to help, uh to come and
to
join
strengthen
in.
the
And
community.
yeah, yeah,
Right,
we welcome that.
Mm.
We welcome
right.
that.
Cool. 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 So if you forgot somebody's name, you ain't mean charge it to the heart. Not
Charge it.
the,
Yes, and
Blame
we
it's Jarvis' fault.
I'm not looking at the list. So if we forgot somebody, we love you and we
yeah.
hope to see you there.
Yes,
And if you haven't got on board, you're more than welcome to get on
You're
board,
more than
right?
welcome to
most
get on board.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
I hear
we
you. I hear you.
yes.
What
It
would
is
y'all say?
going
Yeah, because
down.
it's coming up. It's the 8th, and the event is on the 24th. So it's coming up, and we're really trying to we had put a deadline to the 15th for people to get stuff in who wanted to participate and be a part of, or but we like, man, like that the 15th, we're gonna be pushing it. So if anybody out there who want to donate items,
Yeah, and
goods.
also anything whether it be money or it be the school supplies. We got a list of school supplies. We reached out to teachers. We talked to students. We got a list of the supplies that they use.
Mm-hmm.
And it's specific supplies. We have a list that we want, because we want everybody to leave with what they need, and not everybody get the same type of supplies too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What would y'all say to the parents who may feel a little hesitant or embarrassed to come out and ask for help? What would y'all say
Well,
to try?
I'll say this to them. You won't be on camera. Nobody's gonna be taking your picture.
Mm-hmm.
When if you're receiving goods, we all have been in a place where we need some type of assistance, and I mean, I seen some stuff Jack put up in 22 about the cost of living and bills and like, hey, you don't have to
Mm,
be nobody has to be
nothing to be
ashamed.
ashamed of.
That's what
Mm.
Not,
community is about. Like that's what community is really made for, man. So y'all, if you're struggling mentally, if you're struggling with substance, if you're struggling with being able to make basic needs, don't feel embarrassed to reach out. A lot of times, sometimes people reach out just on a personal level, and I'm able to plug them right in and get that need they needed. But it's been times when people reach out and I can't plug them in the right plug to get that need met, and it's heartbreaking because it's at different times, different stuff is available in our community. But I just encourage people, pick your head up. We all go through a little something sometimes.
mhm.
And it's no shame, it's no judgment, it's all love, and just come on out.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, and
things. It's
We'll
gonna
be
be certain things.
disappointed if we don't see you. Mm.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be certain things going on too, like different activities and
Yeah,
stuff too. So it's an opportunity for the youth to come out and just do something. We always saying the youth don't have nothing to do. It ain't nothing going on over here. We don't have all these different activities for them. So just bring them out and let them have fun and be free that day. And at the same time, they can connect to something, and lead with something if they choose to.
and
Okay.
and that's the key word, fun. We not here to make nobody feel bad and put them on the spot. Like we gonna have some real good gumbo. We're gonna
Okay.
have some good music. We're gonna be playing basketball, checkers, chess, all kind of little games. We're gonna have fun. I might bust out a water gun. Who knows, but we gonna have fun. We're
Right.
gonna
My,
fellowship, connect, and have fun. Yeah, I might wet you up.
if my wig get wet, you through. We're gonna need all to stop the violence if my wig get wet. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, so it's just an opportunity for people to come out and engage and connect and have fun. It's not we don't want people leaving, and it's no judgment, safe
Okay.
space. Is it everybody in the building is gonna be in the building because they want to help.
Okay. All right. On a real note, the one thing that I love to see is when we start saying what is success going to look like at the end of the day. To you guys who are putting all of this work into getting this done, the outcome of this event, what do y'all want to see?
Just we want to see people leave relieved. We want to know that we actually took something off of somebody. Um, like with the healthcare resources. Somebody might be struggling with something and they just hadn't made the time to go to the doctor, and we can connect them with somebody that can further assist them. So we looking at, of course, we're doing the event on the 24th, but we're hoping to have a positive impact that continues to recycle itself. So
Mm.
just
My Yeah,
go
my
ahead.
my my heart would be my heart will smile the biggest when somebody who's really, I don't care if it's one person, somebody who was really struggling internally, mentally, and didn't feel like they had a way out, get connected with a resource that could help them build some better coping skills, and so that they could start moving forward in that process of their mental health.
For me, success would be like one of the youth that feel like they not seen, like they not heard, like they not important. Um, Come out here and connect with one of us or some other mentor, and connect them to some type of activities, connect them to something positive, and just build something with them. Like that'll be great because it's all about the youth. Um, Not only just making sure the youth get the supplies and things they need. The good thing about that, the caretaker, the family, they'll also be able to come out and get some stuff too.
And I
Right.
think difference maker said he'll be there.
Yep,
I
difference maker
think
go be there
that
too.
to me that's the best mentor in the city.
Oh
That's
yeah.
I'm just biased, but actually from seeing his work, like he I can't stand next to him and mentoring a kid,
Right.
so he
Yeah,
gonna
cause,
be out there
cause he,
too.
cause he put his hands around you and he walk with you through the process. He don't just talk to you either, So it's a lot that come with it. So it gonna be people like difference making other people. Just it gonna be people from our community that we see, but you go see them just out there socializing, being themselves, connecting with us, just being normal, you know.
Yeah.
And Laumyn, this was it's your baby, your
Yeah, we
vision.
making it come
Like
to life.
what?
Like I tell people all the time, a vision is nothing without the team, and that's what I love about this event is that we all coming together for the same goal on the same page with the same mission. So it has no choice but to be a success.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me ask you this question: if there are city leaders, policymakers that are watching, what do y'all want them to understand about the realities that y'all are seeing on the ground and citizens, a significant number of citizens in the community are facing, here in Alexandria? What would y'all want them to know? And again, this is not intended
Right.
to be.
So without this, just myself personally, I feel like for one, you are invited. Like you are part
Most
of the
definitely.
community. You can come
Okay.
out. You can come
I
out.
know I know Miss Cynthia
Yeah,
probably
Miss Cynthia
she'll probably
Perry,
be
all
out
them
there.
be out there.
She has to come.
Yeah.
She
So
like she forced to come. That's
so
how like auntie.
so you can come get some gumbo. You can come play some games. You can come talk. And that way you can interact with the community that you're serving. Come
Yeah.
be a part of along with us. Come put your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And I haven't called him, but somebody tell State Rep Ed Laverdan he's always welcome because anytime I've ever done something in the community, he makes sure he shows his face and engage with the people. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we welcome
We
them
welcome
all.
everybody.
We welcome
We're
them
not
all, Jack.
discriminating
And if
against anybody. We don't care Republican, Democrat, we don't care. We want you to
Right.
come, enjoy yourself. And I think they'll get a realistic point of view of what the needs are in the community. Cause I know that they're always, they're usually pretty busy. So they'll
Mhm.
get an opportunity to come out and be boots on the ground with us and see some of the, identify some of the needs for themselves. And maybe it's something that they'll be able to go back and address.
Mhm.
or if they need any of us for any needs that they see in their community that need to be
Yeah.
met, we all are welcome to help them. Which a lot of them do sometimes call when they see needs for people who are struggling with substance misuse or mental health. A lot of them will call. So if they need us in any capacity to help bring a solution to any area of their district that they're struggling in, use us up, man. Use us up. We community people. We want the community better.
Use him, not me.
This is a
Use
question
use
that
me up.
Use him, not me. I'm tired. No, I'm playing.
all right. Here's a question. If y'all, I know we hit on it a little bit, but they say have supplies, uh, list been filled, are supplies still needed? So
We
They
still
still
need.
we still
We
need all
still
we
need
can
it.
get.
We
We
Yeah.
trying to meet as many needs as possible. We can't serve the whole world, but right here in our community, we trying to make sure we are able to serve as many people as possible.
Yeah,
yeah.
Man.
and I don't know if they have a way, if it was put on here or not, of contacting us. I believe they can direct message us, they can reach out to us, and we can get them the list of items of
Mhm.
supplies that we need, and we always need it, man. It's a need. It's never too many supplies.
Okay.
We're
Well,
not turning
if
nothing down.
yeah, if we didn't put it on there, I'll get it from y'all and update this post so they will have that information. For the young people who are watching tonight, what messages do you guys want them to hear about their value, their futures here? What do y'all want to tell our kids, our baby?
For the
This is
young
just
people
the
that are
beginning.
watching,
Hmm.
you have purpose. No matter what circumstances you are currently in, no matter what you had to overcome, no matter what you are trying to overcome, you still have purpose. If you have breath in your body and your feet are on the ground, you have destiny and you have purpose. And don't allow what you can see around you to stop you from dreaming, from chasing your goal, from writing a vision down, whatever it is. Just know that you have a way out. This is not the end. I know sometimes we see as young people the same thing, your friends being killed, this happening, that happening, and it seemed like nothing is changing. But this is an opportunity to look outside of that box, connect with some people who are outside of that box, and just know that we are here to help you to go in the direction that you really want to go, because nobody wants to go to the trash can. Everybody wants to go to the refrigerator and get something that's refreshing and fulfilling, so we are that void, to just encourage you, in whatever it is, because every young person out there that is watching, each one of y'all are special. Each one of y'all are loved. You are thought about. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. Y'all were on our mind to put this together. So just know that you are loved, that you have purpose, and that no matter what state that you're in, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, none of that matters. Just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Come on, Real.
Hey, I don't.
Come on, come on, Real.
He,
Come
hey
on,
man,
Real.
I should let him wear
what,
that.
what
Real
else
has
you
a good
got
old
us to
sermon
say?
on here. Hallelujah.
What else you want us to say, man?
I don't know what you gonna say.
What
Real
he
done took
said.
us on home.
Hey, I've
We
been
ready
holding
for the
that one in,
benediction.
huh?
We ready for the benediction,
Right.
y'all.
Hey,
No.
that
Did
was
he hold
good.
it in or what?
Yeah.
That was- Hey, that's it though. That's it.
Dominique, on a real note, one of the things that that I'm seeing around in town, and this question goes because I know you guys work with organizations that have these type of resources, but that mental health component, especially when it comes to resources like people wanting to commit suicide, 988, and that kind of thing. Can y'all speak to that right now? Is that another subject that we want to? Because I know I'm putting you on the spot because I didn't say
No,
anything about it ahead of time.
no,
But
we definitely could always speak on that. And so when you said 988, 988 is a number you can call or text if you're having thoughts of harming or unaliving yourself. You could always text, or if you're in any crisis or any mental health crisis or any kind of crisis, you could dial that 988 number. Also, if it's substance misuse, we have that mobile crisis number for substance misuse. But we have for the youth, they have what's called Gulf Coast, and it's a organization in our area that goes out to the families who are in need, or to that youth that's in need in that mental health crisis, and they provide mental health crisis relief on the spot. And the goal is to try and eliminate so much inpatient, and get them connected with resources and stay connected and support them after their mental health crisis. We have the Caring Choices clinics where we have mental health therapists, and also children's mental health therapy too. But I mean, it's a big thing. People are struggling, and a lot of times, just we talking, people don't feel like they have that safe space, to be able to say, hey man, I'm feeling this, I've been holding this in. And a lot of times what we do, we stuff and we keep all that stuff down until we don't have nowhere for it to go. And when your back is against the wall and you feel like you're in a corner and you have no way to turn, then a lot of times, that's when we're seeing people go that route. But we want everybody on this call to know. I don't have Laumyn's address, but he told us that his space is a safe space. If you in that area, you could walk up to that space. He has all our information. You could tell him how you feeling. We'll get you connected to the right resources. If you could call Jack, you could call the Caring Choices clinics. You could always dial at 988. And also with the youth, we have Gulf Coast, and even class. We have people up here. We have peers. We have people up here who have resources available. But that's that's a perfect question, Jack, because it is going on a lot, and we want people to know that your struggle, you don't have to keep it in. Reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. Their therapists are available all over town, and we can find you one that'll meet your need. And so yeah, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and we all have it.
Yep, and we gotta
Yeah.
make sure conversations like this are become normal.
Mhm.
Like it's okay to have these conversations. It's okay to go to these spaces. It's okay for anybody, especially young black men, we can have a space where we can communicate what's really going on with us. And like Laumyn and Dominique was saying, it has people that you can access that really have your best interest. Don't give up on yourself, man. And reach out if you need help.
Yeah, and we got, even on the spiritual side, Laumyn's a minister. Alisha's connected with a lot of churches. So getting that part into the community, the spiritual side in the community, and also the resources for mental health is important.
And Laumyn wanted to make sure like this event was like all inclusive, so you can have all those different things. They'll be available to you.
Okay. All right. Well, I apologize for doing that. I should have told y'all ahead of time, but
Jack, you be getting a lot of people. A lot of people reach out to you with mental health and stuff like. And Jack, like, hey,
I call him sometimes.
No, look, man, it's real. You know what I mean? And we reporting the news over here, and we hear the stuff that's actually going on in the community, and I know that there are a ton of resources out there, and and it's always, anytime we can do anything to help them folk get that information in their hand. If only one person got that tonight, it was worth it. You know what I mean? And so I just appreciate, with that said, I just appreciate y'all being here. Could somebody before we get ready to close out, did y'all have anything else to say that you think the public needed to know about, or anything like that we didn't cover?
No, we just want to make sure they know that everybody is welcome, and we're going to be at 2033rd Street in Alexandria. Glorious Reflection.
Okay, come on, the date, the time, and
12. It starts at 12 p.m. until the date is January 24th. That's a Saturday, a couple weeks from now. So we'll be here, rain, sleet, or shine, ready to help everyone as best that we can.
Yeah, and any organizations or businesses that want to be a part of, set up, donate, want to contribute supplies, like you, we welcome that. We welcome that.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else, Alisha, Dominique, Jarvis, Laumyn, we thank you for y'all's time. Your transparency.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us come on your platform tonight.
No, that's what this is the people's platform. So, I just it's been a long day. I ain't gonna tell you no joke, but hey, we had to do what we have to do. And what we need to do is, Alisha, just like I said, your key, that list has grown since you and I talked initially. But, if there's some key players that we need to do some individual breakouts to make sure we're letting the public know that that this event is happening on the 28th. We're on board to helping y'all make sure y'all get that word out. So just let me know, and we'll make the time. We'll cut the time out and bring them in and let them know what services they'll have over there. Like I again, Dominique, I'm gonna reach back out to you and get somebody set up on that mental health, suicide prevention kind of.
And also, we have the assist suicide prevention training too with Ms. Angela Dixon. We could get people can get trained in assist, so they'll be able to help when people are having those ideations.
Okay, all right. But to our audience, we, as always, our supporters, our audience, thank you always for supporting UrbanCast. We also want to send a special thank you out to Sadler's Towing, Long's Products, Legendary Kung Fu and Tai Chi, United Wrestling, Nader International Market, and the Threadhead and Barter. We definitely want to thank you. And another one that I want to just say thank you for is that's Reverend Roger Green over there at Mount Zion. We definitely had a great time on their watch night service. So definitely a big thank you to him and speaking to over 30,000 people that night. So we really had a good time. To everybody, stay locked in. This is just the beginning. Stay engaged. If you guys can hang tight, we'll be right back on the end of this commercial.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.